not our faith in people, not our faith in systems, not our faith even in a building or a leader, you know. And then when I say a leader, I mean a human leader, right? And I'm to be plain and honest. It doesn't matter if that's the president, your pastor, your bishop, your whomever. That the faith in them won't keep you. No, no, no. The only faith that is able to keep me, the only faith that's able to bring you through, the only faith, right, that is able to sustain you, yeah, is faith in God. Your faith in God. I'm telling you, we just finished the series, storms, and I told you that you're either always no, well, let me say it this way. I told you that life is a series of storms, and I told you that you're either going into a storm or you're coming out of a storm. If you're coming out of a storm, if you done came out of a storm, then you're getting ready to go into a storm, right? So you either in a storm, coming out of a storm, or getting ready to go into a storm. And I thank God that He gives us those breaks in between. I thank God that He gives us our moments of reprieve. I thank God that He gives us those breaks in between so that we don't give up, so that we don't quit. And that's why, again, I love, and this is, I'm telling you, I still hold that my favorite um, book, my favorite chapter, my favorite is John 15. But I'm telling you that right there with it. Matter of fact, they may be equal, neck and neck. Is when David said in Psalms, what is it, Psalms 34, I believe, right? He said, "I would have fainted. I would have fainted. I would have given up. I would have quit. I would have died. I would have let go. It would have been over for me. I don't know. I don't know if I would have been able to make it." Um, yeah, it's not Psalms 34:19. Psalms 34:19 is many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Right? But anyhow, he says in another place, he says that I would have fainted. I would have fainted, lest I believed I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And then I don't know about you, but that's me. That's me. That's me right there. I would have fainted. I would have given up. I would have lost the fight. It would have been all over and done for me. I'm telling you, unless I kept the faith. That's what David is talking about when he says that I would have fainted unless I believed that I would see the goodness of God in the land of the living. Psalms 27 and 13. Psalms 27:13. That's where it is. All right. Yeah. So I'm have to make sure I get it right. Psalms 34:19 is one that I minister from quite frequently because it's one that speaks to my heart. Um, but Psalms 27:13, I would have lost heart. I would have fainted. All right, I would have given up. I would have died unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. That's David's declaration of his faith right there. And I love what he even goes on to say in verse 14. In verse 14, he says, "Wait on the Lord." Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. "Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. Glory to God. listen. You know, I'm I thank God. You know, this isn't what I wanted to preach on because actually I wanted to go back. Since we finished talking about storms, I wanted us to go back and I wanted us to look at the trials of the early church, right? But I want to minister this to this. I want to minister this for somebody. You know, this is. I'm going to read this real quick. I'm going to read the 13 or 27th number of Psalms for you because I want you to see this. I want you to see the transition of David through this. Because see, so many of us have been in the position and in the place where uh, we've struggled one way or the other. We really have. We've struggled one way or the other, and we've been uncertain with what we will do, how we're gonna make it, whatever. But I need you to know that it just takes you remembering. You know, sometimes, I don't have to call no prayer meeting. Sometimes I don't have to, call the elders, the deacons, none of them. All it takes is me just remembering. Glory to God. I shared this with y'all the other day, when I was talking about storms. Sometimes it just takes me remembering the hell I was in. And then I remembered how God brought me out. I don't dwell on the hell I was in, but I remember that situation. And then I start getting happy because I'm like, wait a minute, God. I'm not living in that anymore. That's not a part of me any longer. That's not a part of my you know what I mean? Like that thing, it died. It fell off. Like I wonder. I'm gonna get back to. I'm gonna read this here in Psalms 27. I got just a few minutes left to do so, but I wonder if the children of Israel ever came to themselves enough to say, "Man, you remember when we was stuck at the Red Sea and we were complaining, to Moses and all of this, and Moses said, the Egyptians who you see here today, you shall see never again anymore, forever." And then we crossed over the Red Sea on dry land. And then when the Egyptians thought they would come after us, that they got swallowed up by it. I wonder if the children of Israel ever just took a moment to look back and to realize, man, y'all remember when we were complaining, mumbling and grumbling against God, and he sent a band of poisonous snakes into the camp, and everybody who was bit by it would die. And then we called upon him. We talked to Moses and told Moses to talk to God on our behalf. And he told Moses to put up a image of the calf and put it up on of the snake and put it up on a stick. And all those who looked upon it, they were healed. I wonder if they ever thought back. I wonder if that's something that they ever looked back over their lives and was like, you know what? Mm, God is real. God is good. God is able. Somebody out there today just needs to know that God is able. I mean, you remember the old song, "Trouble Don't Last Always," right? You remember that song? I need somebody to know, no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. No, 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 no. God's not through with you yet. God's got plan and purpose. So you can't afford to get down in the dumps, busted, disgusted. You can't afford. Listen, it's all right. It's all right to be there for a second, right? But don't stay there too long because what I need you to know is that your morning has come. And what does the Bible tell us? Weeping endures for a night, but joy. See, we've got to allow joy to come into our morning. David had his time of weeping, and I'm supposed to be reading this, but I'm going to preach it how I feel it. David was in his time of weakness. And if we even just went up, if I don't read the whole thing, let me at least share with you the verse just before verse number 13 when he said, I would have lost heart. I would have lost heart. Verse number 12 says, do not deliver me to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and such as breathe out violence. See, David found himself even there, right? He was worried. He was worried. I mean, listen. I keep saying I'm gonna read this. Let me read this for you. I'm gonna read verse number 7. All right, I'm gonna just read verse number 7 on down, because I don't have a whole lot of time. He says, "Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me." When you said, this is look how he's talking to God. He said, "When you, Lord, said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, Lord, will I see." And then look at this. He says in verse number 9, "Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger." Ah, glory to God. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in the position or in the place where you just said, God, listen, listen, listen. I need you. I need you. I need you. God, it seems like you're against me. God, it seems like you don't care. God, it just seems like I'm in this alone. I need you. I need you. Have you ever been in that position? Oh, God. Ah, David said again, verse 9, don't hide your face from me. Don't turn your servant away in anger. He says, for you have been my help. You've been my help. So don't leave me. Don't forsake me. Oh God of my salvation. Don't leave me. Look at that. He says, don't leave me. Don't forsake me. Oh God of my salvation. He said, listen, you've done it before. You've delivered me before. You saved me before. Now in this situation, God, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't forsake me. Don't forget about me. Don't turn your back on me. Teach me your way. No, verse 10 rather. I'm sorry. I'll jump ahead. Verse 10, he says, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me. Look at how it begins to shift there. All right, there's a shifting right there. See, he remembered that God is the God of his salvation. Then he said, oh, wait, hold on. When my mother and my father forsake me, God, yeah. You'll take care of me. Verse 11, teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a smooth path because of my enemies. See, now he's starting to sound like the David of the 23rd number of Psalms, who knew that the Lord was his shepherd, who knew that the Lord, right, delivers him. Who prepared a table before him in the presence of his enemies, who leads him beside still waters. He restores my soul. See, he sounds like that David right there. Then he goes on. He says, yeah, Lord, teach me your way, O Lord. Lead me in a smooth path because of my enemies. Do not deliver me to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and such breathe out violence. Then we get to verse 13. See, I told you, there was a shift in there. At first, David thought all hope was lost, but then when he gets to that part about God being his salvation, there's a shift that begins to happen. There's some power that seems to come back to David, and that song that played before this said, just keep the faith. Verse 13, he said, I would have lost heart. I would have fainted. I would have given up, lest I believe that I would see the grace of God. Glory to God. In the land of living. Friends, I'm going to keep on reading. I'm going to read this last verse here. Um, I'm going to read this last verse, and then I'm going to close out. So let me just read this. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Look at the transition of day. He went from crying and just like saying, Lord, don't forsake me, don't forget about me. I'm here. I need you, God. Just yet to now, he's encouraging other folks. I shared with you all the other day. I shared with you all as we were talking about. Um, I believe as we were talking about storms, and we went and we looked at um, how when Jesus was talking with Peter, he said, Peter, the devil desires to sift you as wheat. He told him what the enemy wanted. And he said, but I have prayed for you that your faith fail not. I need you to know that it's your faith that's going to keep you. I need you to know that it's your faith that's going to guide you. I need you to know that it's your faith, your faith, your faith that will see you through. So don't lose faith. Don't lose heart. Don't give up. Don't you dare give in. God's got a plan and purpose still for your life. Not just earlier this week, but for the past couple of weeks, there's been an individual who's been on my mind. And then I'm gonna just call her first name, Miss Rhonda. Miss Rhonda. She's been on my mind. Um, from over there at New Emmanuel Baptist Church. She knows who she is. She's been on my mind, and I've been praying for her. I didn't know why. I did not know why the Lord had me praying for her. But then this week I saw, some of the posts and things that went up on social media over the past week or two. And within those posts, it kind of just let me know why the Lord had me praying for Miss Rhonda. And Miss Rhonda, I just want you to know I've been praying. I'm going to keep on praying. And I want you to know that I absolutely love you and I thank God for you. And as I was praying for you, the Lord put a song in my spirit for you, Miss Rhonda. It's by Reverend James Cleveland. And it simply says, I don't fear no ways tired. So here it is right here on I Am Encouraged Radio on 93.5 KPPM, your community-minded station.